Le Galion was born in 1930 and was created by the Prince Murat, and then it was sold to Paul Vacher, who was a young perfumer, well known in France, and because he has created Arpège, Rumeur, and Scandale. And it will be famous, it will remain famous as well, because he has created Miss Dior in 1947. So Le Galion was his own house. The name of Le Galion is coming definitely, as you can see from here, it's coming from Paris. In fact, the boat was a symbol of Paris. And so the prince said that it was a good name for a brand of perfume. It evokes as well as the traveling and the discovery when the boat used to go overseas and bring back perfumes and spices into Europe. The most difficult thing with historical house, effectively, is not to make them look vintage, but that they feel at the same time timeless. And this timeless spirit can be only done when you have original formula that you keep, but you take the best of them, and you just have the best of the fragrance, and then as well you keep a timeless bottle and a timeless spirit inside the fragrance. So definitely it should not stay at the vintage with kind of dust, but it has to be revived and to really fit as well to the contemporary period. So I would say the timeless spirit is the best thing to keep in mind for that. So we have started to re-edit 9 of the best fragrances from the house. So the collection will have some emblematic fragrance, such as Sortilège, which was the first fragrance he created in 1936 when he entered the house. And Sortilège is really a floral aldehyde in the van. It's like number 5 and like Arpège. So it's very sensual, it's very deep, and it's really classical, but still with a hint of a twist of modernity. And it's a beautiful fragrance that people remember of. Another fragrance which is very well known for the house is Special for Gentlemen, and Special for Gentlemen was created in 1947, the year he created Miss Dior. And Special for Gentlemen is really, it's a fern oriental amber, but as the name mentioned, it's for the dandy, it's very elegant, it's classical, and it's full of, imagine being at a barber today, it's definitely the same kind of fragrance, very elegant, very classy. And maybe the last fragrance, which is very important for the brand, is called Eau Noble. And Eau Noble was created in 1972. That was his last fragrance before he died. And Eau Noble is just the Acqua Nobile in Italian. Is just the really an aromatic, an Hesperide citrus, and the citrus got a spicy notes and leathery notes. It's really the spirit of the 70s. It's after flower power, it's after the sexual revolution, so you got as well patchouli inside. So it's wow, it's really something which is in the spirit of the 70s, but it's still very, very actual. We are just back into the market with this 9 fragrance, but of course we are not going to stop here, because the house, we're having more than 40 fragrance and more 40 of formula. So we're gonna start working. I must say to you that we are already working on the 3 new fragrance that has been done between the 1930 and the 1970 as well for next year. So Le Galion is very special because it's really a Parisian house. It's really different from, and it was really an historical house only doing some fragrance. It was not a creator of fashion at that time. So this very the Parisian spirit which is inside Le Galion. And it has well a whole story. It starts in the 1930s and it goes until the 1980s. So you got a whole page of history, and the fragrances are evolving. So it's very, that makes it as well very special.